Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to You Can't Make This Up. Man, we've got a lot of things to go over with you today. Just things that you just can't make this stuff up. But man, we live in bizarro world today, don't we? You know, it says in Psalm chapter 37, verses 12 and 13, the wicked plots against the just and gnashes at him with his teeth. The Lord laughs at him, for he sees that his day is coming. Well, guys, you know, if we don't laugh about some of these things, I think we're just gonna just cry. Man, I got so many things to show you. We got videos, we got all kinds of content on here. So let's begin to check some of this out. We're gonna start right off the bat with a video from Chameleon Kamala Harris. So we're gonna start off with this one right here. Check this out.
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Everyone needs to be woke, woker, wokest, as long as it's somewhere on the woke spectrum, I guess, right? I mean, how kooky can you get, you know? And she's just there cackling away, and they're looking at her like, all right, lady, you know? So yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, guys. I think they're constantly trying to one up one another in their wokeness that's going on. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy stuff, guys. And then check this out. This is from the Babylon Bee right here. Weird or not weird, take the quiz. There were 10 of these on the quiz. I think I included about 7 of them on here. So let's see how I did, though, just with the 7 that I picked on here. So weird or not weird. So, I think you guys know where this is going. Well, let's check out one of them right here. Okay, so weird or not weird, let's take the quiz. So I take the quiz and I answered the question, and you answer either weird or not weird. So we had to answer weird or not weird on these. And let's go back to this one right here. So you see this family right here, right? Let's see here. And I said that they are, my answer was not weird. A family is not weird. But correct answer is it's weird. Explanation: 4 kids. Does he know how bad that is for the climate? Weird. It's weird. So I guess I got that one wrong, guys. So, well, let's see how I did on this one right here. There's another one. Weird or not weird? How would you answer? Well, I mean, I answered weird on this. Let's see what answer I got. Incorrect. The answer, I answered weird. It's not weird. Dogs are not wonderful, are wonderful. Dogs are a wonderful, valued part of our military. They're not weird. Dog? I don't know. I guess he's identifying. I guess he can identify as whatever you want to identify with these days, right? All right. So let's move on. Weird or not weird? Remember, he was part of the Biden regime, and all the trouble he got in, right? Well, and this is how this guy looks. I mean, sounds like a great hire for the Biden regime, right? Well, so weird or not weird? I answered weird. No, correct answer once again, not weird. Explanation: stealing a red lace dress because it's the perfect accessory for a mustache. Not weird, not weird. Guys, I'm just failing. I'm failing this really bad. I don't know how you guys are doing. Okay, weird or not weird? You know, the guy with the long painted fingernails, right? You might have seen him in Walmart or your nearest Starbucks recently. I don't know. Weird or not weird? Check this out. I said weird. Nope, not weird. Those are the fingernails of greatness, not weirdness. Thank you. Press secretary intern. Wow, another wonderful one there as part of our government. All right, let's check out this one. Weird or not weird? Here we go. Weird or not weird? What do you think? All right, I said weird. Nope, they said not weird again. There is nothing more natural than kids hearing stories from horned demon drag queens. Not weird. Wow, all right. Let's check out this one here. Weird or not weird? And again, I said weird. They said not weird. Explanation is 2 queens out there slaying. Not weird. All right, guys. Well, hey, welcome. Like I said, welcome to Bizarro World. Here we are. All right. So as we talk about all of these bizarre things, watch Kamala mercilessly, oh yes, I know we feel so bad for her, being mocked for saying that data is stored in a literal cloud that exists above us. Isn't that where the data is stored, in the clouds up there? Well, let's look here. Let's listen. Here we go.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place.
No, no longer in a physical place. It's in the cloud, right? I think there's a cloud that's right there above, where'd she go? Right there above her head, maybe, right? Yeah, so it's all in an actual, I didn't know clouds could hold all of that data and those downloads and everything. It's like, wow, I guess I'm just getting everything wrong today, guys, right? I mean, wow, man, just pretty messed up. All right, now this one here from the Gateway Pundit. Check this out, and their article is actually titled, "You Can't Make This Up." So, of course, I had to include it today, right? Secretary Blinken condemns election fraud in Venezuela. Oh, interesting. While turning a blind eye to what happened 4 years ago in the United States, right? Interesting. So, I mean, it just, hey, doesn't matter what happens here in the United States, right? But we are super concerned about election fraud in Venezuela. All right. Yeah. Okay. In a stunning display of hypocrisy, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, oh, he's just another fine fellow, right? Has joined forces with Latin American leaders to condemn alleged election fraud in Venezuela, all while conveniently ignoring mounting evidence and concerns surrounding the integrity of what happened here in America just a few years ago, Washington, D.C. I think we were right. Well, anyways, all right. So, guys, you just can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. It's absolutely crazy. You know what's crazy? You know what I think is crazier than these things is that there are people who actually just suck it all up and believe every word that comes out of their mouth, right? I mean, that's what blows me away. It's almost like the more ridiculous the statements are that these people make, the more that the people that are listening to them believe the statements. You can't make that up, right? You can't make that up. Just absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. All right, check this out. Here's another one that, I mean, wow, crazy. Look at this. Prophecy News Watch saying 99 illegal aliens on terrorist watch list released into the United States. Wow, that sounds like a good idea. They're on the terrorist watch list, and hey, it's all right, man. You know, nothing to see here, right? Nothing to see here. Released in the United States. So under the Biden-Harris regime, at least 99 illegal aliens on America's terrorist watch list have been released into the United States, according to a congressional report, guys. So then we're not making this up, okay? This is real. according to a congressional report. I mean, I think that we just need to be, just let it be a kinder, gentler nation, a kinder, gentler nation, and just show them some grace, man. I mean, it's like I know they're acting like, suspicious people and doing things that would concern many of us, but they're not the problem. It's us, right? It's the way that we're looking at things, and I think that we just need to loosen up the belt a little bit and breathe, smell the roses, right? And not just be so uptight about these things. I mean, what harm could come from just releasing 99 plus on the terrorist watch list? I don't know. I don't know what could happen with that. As if the record-breaking number of border encounters of illegal aliens on the terrorist watch list is not concerning enough, the Biden-Harris regime released some of these aliens into the interior of the United States, according to a new report from House Judiciary Committee and its subcommittee on Immigration, Integrity, Security, and Enforcement. Yes, so lots of security and enforcement, right? Yes, I feel so secure right now. So secure, maybe I'll just leave my doors unlocked, in fact. And so interesting. So from the start of fiscal year 2021 through the end of fiscal 2023, the Border Patrol says it encountered 282 illegal aliens on the terrorist watch list. That's just what they've encountered, by the way, or what they're telling us, by the way, right? Between ports of entry at the southern border since the start of fiscal 2024. And so forth, guys. It's just been continuing to get worse and worse. We'll just leave it at that, guys. Right now, listen to this. Those illegal aliens came from a total of 36 countries, the report says, including nations with an active terrorist presence, such as Afghanistan, that we pulled out of because I guess we just don't see the need to be there anymore, right? Oh, but guess what, though? China sees the need to be there after we left billions, with a B, billions of dollars worth of military equipment, saying, hey, guys, here you go. You guys have been so nice, and we love you, right? We're just going to give you billions of dollars of equipment. We're just going to immediately pull out like that, right? And, and as soon as we did so, guess who moved in? China moved into our base there because they get it, right? Sorry, guys, but it's the truth. The Chinese get it, but this American regime, right? So anyhow, listen now. Those nations, including an active terrorist presence that have come across the border, including from Afghanistan, Iraq, Lebanon, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Somalia, Syria, Tajikistan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, lots of stands here, and Yemen. All right. But, again, why be concerned, right? Why be concerned? Have a Coke and a smile, I guess they say, right? All right, so let's check out this one, another one from the Babylon Bee. Much thanks over there to those at the Babylon Bee for your contributions with all of this. Let's look at this. J.D. Vance is weird. J.D. Vance is weird. That's Trump's running mate, right? J.D. Vance is weird. Says the guy who is cackling Kamala's running mate, right? Says the guy who signed the bill to put tampons in boys' school bathrooms. So J.D. Vance is weird. This guy is normal. We should have had the whole weird, not weird thing with this as we earlier on in the program, right? That would have been a good one. I think I would have failed at this one too. It looks like, and if I'm guessing, I think that you probably would have failed at this one too. At least I hope you would have failed at that. So again, J.D. Vance is weird. Says guy who signed bill to put tampons in boys' school bathrooms. Well, now, I mean, you know why he did that, guys and gals. He did that because they say, y'all know that boys do menstruate, right? Boys do menstruate. So, guys, this is the reason why I like to expose the stupidity of these things, right? The stupidity of these things. Like, if you don't see that the world, our society, the United States, all of it is literally imploding, guys, this is not sustainable. And it's getting worse and worse and worse by the moment. So the race for the White House intensified with the announcement of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as Kamala Harris's running mate, including Walz coming out swinging against his opponent for the second highest office in the country, Ohio Senator Trump running mate J.D. Vance. But again, you know, he thinks that this is normal stuff. Now, listen, he said J.D. Vance is such a weirdo. That's exactly the quote that he said, is such a weirdo, but this guy is okay. Interesting. All right, well, I'm just going to leave that there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. All right, as we're on the Tim Walz subject, if you would, right now, look at this. Kamala's Veep pick, Tim Walz, gave illegal, and I like to say aliens, not immigrants, illegal aliens in Minnesota driver's licenses, free health care, and college. Wow, what a nice guy. I guess I'm just not as nice as this guy, right? I just need to be a nicer guy. He says on there, look at it. I always say, let me know how high it is. If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in a 30-foot ladder factory. That's not how you stop this, Walz said of those trying to scale the border. Oh, okay. So now here's the thing. So what about our vets? Are we giving our vets driver's licenses, free health care, good free health care? Are we giving them college? Are we giving them, you know, what about just average American citizens, I should say? What about the average American citizen? Are we giving the average American citizen any of those things? I don't get free college. I don't get free health care, driver's license, all of that. In fact, my registration is coming up on my wife's car. You know, I don't know, just saying. But I mean, he's just such a nice guy, right? And we want to just literally drain the bank accounts of state after state after state, right? Drain the accounts of our country to provide for people. Did we notice the word on there? Who gave illegal aliens? They're not even here legally, and we're just going to just, you know, give them the house, right? Wow. During his time as governor, Walz had signed laws to provide no-cost health care, free college tuition, driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. This was in the post-millennial. It's also, according to the New York Post, has reported on that. And Walz argued that it was better to offer a driver's license to illegal immigrants than to have them drive without one. Oh, okay. So, I mean, so when illegal aliens are in your state driving illegally, how you handle that is you just give them free stuff to make it legal for them to do it. Okay. Ensuring drivers in our state are licensed and carry insurance makes the roads safer for all Minnesotans. No, it would make the roads safer for all Minnesotans is to get these people out of Minnesota, out of America, and send them back to wherever they need to go, right? That's what would make things safer for all Minnesotans and Americans, you know. So, yeah. Wow, guys. Just, I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy stuff. But that's where this guy's coming from, right? How about this one? Walz's history on born-alive abortions opens door for Trump, GOP, to flip extremism argument. Again, you can't make this stuff up, right? So at least 8 infants, listen, at least 8 infants were born alive, as it says right there, after botched abortions in Minnesota on Walz's watch. None was given life-saving care. You can't make this stuff up. Guys, they don't honor life inside the womb. I've been saying this forever. If you don't honor life inside the womb, you never want to vote for someone who does not honor life inside the womb, because then they will not honor life that is outside the womb. And listen to this, even in some of these abortions where 8 of these infants were actually born alive, they still murdered them. This is exactly what this is. This is murder. Allowing them to die right there on the table. Botched abortions, they're still born alive. And according to what he has allowed in the state of, Wisconsin? Right, Minnesota, I'm sorry. The state of Minnesota, none was given life-saving care. Guys, that is evil. And my concern is for people who don't call what did God say? You know, there are going to be those that are that call evil good and good evil. Let that never be said of a Christian, guys. How can the unborn, or how can and those that are born from botched abortions fight for themselves? Guys, only we can fight for them, and I pray that we do so. Oh, and then this one here just kind of sums all of this up with, well, maybe not. I still got a little bit more. With this guy. Look at this. Tim Walz vows to make America as great as Minneapolis. Huh. Really? Then we should all be very, very concerned. This guy is so left. He may even be more left than cackling chameleon Kamala. Okay? Listen, following his selection as Kamala's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has assured voters across the United States that if elected, he will make America as great as Minneapolis. According to reports, Walz vowed to bring the rest of America to the same level of greatness as Minneapolis in his speech accepting the vice presidential nomination. Listen, as the governor who presided over the looting and burning of Minneapolis during the summer of 2020, I have full confidence that I will be able to apply my experience during stirring up race riots on the national scale as well as I have in my home state, Walz reportedly said. I am elected vice president. If I am elected vice president, I solemnly swear to raise every American city, R-A-Z-E, every American city to Minneapolis's level of greatness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, guys. Wow. Horrible. Just horrible. In fact, the same guy, and I don't have this one up on the screen because of certain words that we are not entirely so free to say on air these days. But Tim Walz established a snitch line as governor. He established a snitch line for those that were violating, kind of coughing and sneezing and sickness things that were going around a few years ago, right? Well, those that were violating their dystopian rules in that state, he established a snitch line. So you can snitch on your neighbors. You can snitch on your family members. You can snitch on your pastor. Wow. Interesting. But that's who Tim Walz is. Can you imagine if he becomes vice president? And could you imagine if something happens to cackling chameleon Kamala and then he ascends to the throne of president of the United States. Really? Okay. All right. Well, how about his wife? Oh, she's not exempt from this either. No, 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 no. How about his wife? Look at this, the Gateway Pundit. What a nutcase. Radical far-left wife of Tim Walz admitted she left the windows open to enjoy the smell of burning tires during the 2020 riots. Man, I never thought that far. I mean, like sniffing, gasoline and paint and everything. I never heard of liking the smell of sniffing burning tires, but hey, I mean, I guess there's, just depends on the person, right? Choose your own poison, right? So anyhow, admits she enjoyed the smell of burning tires during the George Floyd riots. Who needs Chanel number 5, right? I mean, hey, all right. So on Tuesday morning, the Democrat Party elites announced the white bread governor, Tim Walz, was selected as Kamala Harris's running mate. Why Tim Walz? Well, the answer is obvious. Walz has a record that is remarkably to the left of even cackling chameleon Kamala Harris. Tim Walz was one of the worst, most restrictive governors during, what happened a few years ago. Walz oversaw the worst, sickness fraud in American history. Well, we can go on and on from there. But anyhow, listen now to this. Listen to this nutcase describe how she likes the smell of burning tires at the Minneapolis riots. Gwen Walz said, and I quote, "I would say that those first days when there were riots, I could smell the burning tires. And that was a very real thing. And I kept the windows open for as long as I could because I felt like that was such a touchstone of what was happening." Wow. Wow. I mean, it's like, almost sounds like poetry. Almost. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? What a crackpot, guys. Yeah, these are the people that might be running our country. Okay. Well, guys, I'll tell you what. I've got to go a little further there. I've got to go a little further with this because this one here, you just can't make this up. You can't make it up. Look at this. Nancy Pelosi suggests Joe Biden's name for Mount Rushmore. Joe Biden's name for Mount Rushmore. Well, wow. Why didn't I think of that? That's just, what a remarkable idea. Nancy Pelosi suggested adding Joe Biden to Mount Rushmore. Okay, so that's former House Speaker, nervous Nancy, right? Okay, well, hey, so here's a photo of maybe one of those, what that could look like. Oh, interesting. I mean, I think it depicts him really well. What do you think, guys? You can put your vote in for what you think on that in the comments section. Or, I don't know, it's between one of these two. That's a good one. Let's look at this one right here. just replace, who was that there? Yeah, there you go. Just put him right there. There you go. Wow. Dazed and confused. Right? Shaking imaginary hands. I think that would be great on Mount Rushmore. Right? What do you think? Okay, well, hey, don't believe me. Listen to nervous Nancy right here.
Such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of president of the United States.
Yes.
Want to know
really
what comes next?
That he belongs up there on Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Lincoln and Joe Biden.
But you got Teddy Roosevelt up there, and he's wonderful. I don't say take him down, but you can add Biden.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi argued in a new interview that President Joe Biden is a Mount Rushmore kind of president.
Wow. Wow. So there you have it. You know, she said it. He's such a consequential president, right? Interesting. Well, guys, what was that old soap opera? These are the days of our lives, right? Signs of our times, times of the signs. Here we are. You can't make this up. I mean, you really can't make this stuff up. Well, guys, check this out right here. Let me get there. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8. Finally, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give to me on that day. And not to me only, but also to all who have loved his appearing. Guys, I know that we're looking, we're waiting. Let's abide till he comes. Let's tell everyone about Jesus, right? Because, man, we got to get the truth out there. We see the lies. We see the deception. We try and make fun of this stuff and laugh so we don't cry. But, man, I'll tell you what, I can't wait until we go to be with the Lord. And I know that you can't either. But, folks, hey, keep the faith. Keep your eyes on the prize. Run the race with endurance. Fight that fight of faith, because Jesus is coming soon. He's coming for his church. He's coming for his bride. And man, that is going to be an amazing time. And I can't wait for it. And I know you can't either. Till next time, guys, glad to have you here with us. I'm Curt Reed from Calvary Chapel Harvest Life in Las Vegas, Nevada. And thank you for joining us on the program today. You can't make this up.